Getting charged to build a barbecue shack on your own property? Now that should be illegal. In this video, I'm going to show you how I built my barbecue shack and my filming studio with costs involved. So sit right back, grab a drink or two and let's get into it. And don't forget the normal stuff, subscribe, like, comment, share, blah, 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 blah. Did you know the word shack means roughly built hut or cabin? What a perfect way to describe my place of work. With any building job with local council, you need to grease the wheels to get things going. This means paying for a building permit before anything can happen. If this sounds dirty and it makes you feel like you need to go home and scrub yourself clean like you've spent the weekend at a vegan festival, it's because it's wrong, very wrong. Paying to build on your own land should be illegal. Smut! Be prepared for some red tape if you're building anything on your property these days. It just seems like normal practice. Now, to build this barbecue shack area, I did need to employ a builder. And I suggest not going with the cheapest builder. They are cheap for a reason. In the long run, it will make your project run smoothly if you get a good builder. A bad builder will just start a domino effect that will ruin the entire build. Luckily, I knew my builder and he did a fantastic job on the frame and the roof. Next, you'll need to think of flooring, or lack of it, and I opted for cement. This I thought would be a straightforward process. Dig trenches and lay concrete flat. Just make sure this person has good eyesight, something I wish I knew up front before my guy started laying cement. Apparently, a 60-metre fall over a 3-metre span on concrete is a good job. I'm sorry, I'm not a cement layer, but I call BS on that. Now, I did start painting the framework myself, but on day 2, the spray pack that I brought packed it in. So I packed it up and sent it back to the shop. So I went on the search for someone to finish the painting. This is another skilled job you may wish to invest in experienced labour. I had my entire house painted by a fantastic painting crew, so I gave them the job of painting this set as well. I hate painting nearly as much as I hate vegans. Finally, I can get my hands dirty and start on the stud walls. As with any big build, taking your time is key to not finishing quickly. So like normal, I rushed through this part of the build and had the stud walls up in no time. I know what you're all thinking, a stud building stud walls. How ironic. Shh. I know you were thinking it, you just didn't want to say it out loud. Do you know how hard it was to find rusty corrugated roof sheeting that wasn't priced like gold? Forget Bitcoin, rusty metal is where the money is these days, as everyone wants to decorate with it. Once I had sold a kidney to pay for this commodity, I was able to put up the palings and corrugated sheeting to finish off the interior walls. Seriously, if you see someone ripping down an old shed, grab that rusty gold and put it on eBay. Do you remember the part earlier where I said I hated painting? Well, I did it. Yes, finally, did some painting. I pushed through that pain barrier. And I feel like you should all be applauding my awesome efforts in completing this task. I know you all want to know where to send gifts of congratulations, and that's understandable when you've witnessed such awesome feats being achieved. Next up, I'd had this awesome idea in my head to display all the smoking wood in boxes. This literally saw me smashing some timber planks together and painting them, but the end result was so good, I've seen a few others do the same now. Now, they do say the biggest form of flattery is copying someone else, or is it cheating? I can never remember how that saying goes. I don't really care that people copy me. It makes me feel great. It sort of like makes me their king of timber boxes. Today, we're going through my barbecue shack build process and the costing. All up, this build took 2 months. Or for those of you using my beer timer, you're looking at a 2,880 beer build. Cheers, get on the beers. I recommend though, not drinking during the build. Save the beers at the end of the day. Or don't and lose a hand. I mean, it's totally your call. Now, putting up the outside sheeting proved to be a little harder than I first thought it was going to be, because it wouldn't stop raining. But once again, like a trooper, I pushed forward and got all the work done. Typically, it's my barbecue meat that I like to be juicy and moist, not me. Smut! How good did my brisket look? And there was no need to squeeze it to see how moist it was. Smut! I decided I just couldn't buy the type of tabletop that I wanted, and that being a 2 meter wide, hardwood topped workbench that had a juice groove just like a cutting board. This table will outlast me. My grandkids will be eating off it in 100 years' time. Not that I have grandkids. The biggest rule here is to make sure you measure twice and cut once. The materials aren't cheap for this table build. Some tool shop benches came close to what I wanted and needed, but not exactly. So it was best to always make my own. And I needed to be able to see what I was doing. So lighting was next. Let there be light. With a flick of the switch, well, after the electrician had done his handiwork, I made some custom lampshades using beer bottles, and I had a custom sign made up for the rear wall and invested in some video lighting as well. I still want to add some extra lighting for when I'm entertaining. I've now used this barbecue shack to film nearly 200 videos, throwing many grills in the process along the way. And to be honest, Weber liked me doing this. I'm actually just doing their research and development for them, but also producing some mouth-watering food and easy to follow recipes for everyone to recreate at home. Is the build finished? No, it's not. I still want to put some benches along the back here and install some fridges. I also want to put some proper flooring, pave or deck it. So if anyone wants to jump on board and sponsor that part of the build, by all means, reach out. Say, Schuey, I'll throw some money your way.